The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's Cyber Tip Line assists law enforcement and prosecutors in their detection, investigation, and prosecution of child sexual exploitation crimes. Since its inception, the Cyber Tip Line has received close to 2 million reports of child sexual exploitation. Thousands of tips are received each week, everything from a suspicious neighbor to a victimized child. A large volume of these tips concern crimes occurring in other countries, including Mexico. When Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent Jason Berry, stationed in Mexico City, reached out to the National Center, they instantly saw the potential in such a partnership.
Jason came to us and said, I would like to receive Cyber Tip Line leads. I want to work with the Mexican Federal Police. We want to launch investigations on these leads. What do I need to do?
Carrying a full caseload, Special Agent Berry willingly took on this task, despite the challenges of international law in a foreign language. He realized he'd need help to get his multi-jurisdictional task force off the ground.
He proactively reached out to us and asked us if he could bring his team here for an intensive training or boot camp on the Cyber Tip Line world. We were happy to do that. We were thrilled to welcome them.
Both Mexican and American investigators made the trip to the National Center, and after that boot camp, they returned to Mexico ready to roll. And one case in particular made it all worthwhile. It started when the Cyber Tip Line received 8 separate tips about this man, 27-year-old Ramon Herrera, a computer-savvy Mexican who had created platforms for sharing child pornography. Mexican police have been trying to locate Herrera for 3 years, but thanks to Special Agent Berry's dogged determination and concern for the child victims, Herrera was finally in custody. But that's just where this story begins.
I think it's really important to realize that these reports contain information about individuals that are not only potentially transmitting child pornography, but they might be hands-on offenders. We never know when that initial report might just be the tip of the iceberg. And when they interviewed him, he was able to give up an associate of his.
Investigators say that associate, 19-year-old Christian Castillo, was not only trading child pornography, he was actively producing it. In September 2012, Berry's team arrested Castillo at his home. But once again, there was more to Special Agent Berry's success.
Jason and his team in the Mexican Federal Police identified a total of 8 victims, ranging in ages from 3 years old to 14. They kept on with the case, they kept on with the investigation, and it led to another 2 victims.
10 children saved by Special Agent Berry. As for these 2, a Mexican court convicted Herrera of possession, storage, and transmission of child pornography and sentenced him to 12 years in prison. And Castillo is in custody awaiting trial. According to investigators, if he's convicted, he's potentially looking at 45 years behind bars.
I think to do this kind of work, you have to have passion, and you have to be dedicated, and you have to really genuinely care about the child victims. And Jason embodies those qualities. He is determined and focused, and he wouldn't have signed on for all these additional duties if he didn't feel it deep in his heart that it was worth pursuing it. Jason is really the epitome of a fantastic investigator.
And when it came time to nominate investigators for this year's awards, Special Agent Jason Berry was at the top of the list.
If other countries could mirror or replicate the team that he's created and the system that they have, countless kids would be rescued. If we could put a Jason Berry in every single country, I'd be a happy woman.
Today, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children honors Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent Jason Berry for his relentless pursuit of individuals engaged in internet crimes against children. No one is more thankful than those 10 children whose lives were changed by his outstanding efforts. Thanks to his tireless work, Special Agent Barry's elite task force is now the benchmark for cooperative efforts in the mission to protect children around the world.